So today we are going to start our 9.3, that is bond enthalpies. Okay. Now average bond enthalpy. Enthalpy means heat content. Fine. Now bond means force of attraction. And now in a compound, so we are going to, for this average bond enthalpy means it is, you can say, it is the energy required to break a 1 mole of a specified type of bond in a gaseous molecule. Okay, now we will suppose this is a particular molecule CH4. Fine. Now this carbon, this carbon, this carbon, this carbon all will require some amount of energy. So total amount of energy divided by the, you can say, the average energy which is required to break each and every 1 mole of a bond specific gaseous compound, that is known as the average bond enthalpy. Now in this topic, you will look how average bond enthalpies can be used to calculate the enthalpy change in a reaction without carrying out any experiment. Now suppose if I say C6H6 plus O2 gives you CO2 plus H2O. Now in this, bonds are breaking and the new bonds are forming. So now whenever a bond are breaking, it means there's some amount of energy is released, and whenever bonds are forming, some amount of energy is required, or maybe some amount of energy will release. So that whole calculation is helpful in getting the whatever the, you can say, enthalpy in a reaction change. Now average bond enthalpy is the energy required to break 1 mole of a specified type of bond in gaseous molecules. Now whenever there's a gaseous molecule, then in order to break the energy required to break 1 mole of a specified bond is known as average bond energy. Energy is always required to break bond. Whenever you need to break bond, you need some energy, and the bond energies are always endothermic. It means they require some amount of energy. They are not going to give energy, they require some amount of energy. And bond enthalpies always have some positive enthalpy value. Okay, clear? So bond enthalpy is always a positive value. Sorry, now you will see it. As I have given this example CH4, the actual bond enthalpy can vary depending upon chemical environment of a bond. For example, if you see figure 1, the example is CH bond. Now in this case, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 CH bonds. Fine. The average CH bond energy in this compound is 439. In this compound, it is 420. In this compound, it is 422 and 411. Now, why there is a so difference? Because if you see in this
They're
compound,
in different environments.
Yep, because they're in different environment. Now, what do you mean by different environment?
They have different.
Yes, you can see. In this case, each hydrogen is attached with carbon only. There is nothing more than that. But in this case, there is a attachment with carbon and attachment with hydrogen both. So in this way, the environment is different. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear? And in a similar manner, if you see bond CH bond, energy is this one. If you see C carbon and carbon bond, this much is different. Carbon and oxygen will be different. Oxygen and hydrogen will be different. So each bond will have its a little bit different type of different amount of energy. The energy of two different bonds cannot be same. So an average bond enthalpy is calculated from the actual bond enthalpies in different chemical environment. In calculations, you will usually be provided with average bond enthalpies, but sometimes you may be provided with the actual bond enthalpy of an individual bond. Sometimes average will be provided, sometimes actual will be provided. Now bond breaking and bond making. In a chemical reaction, bond breaks and new bonds are formed. We all know that. Now energy is required to break bonds. Energy breaking is exothermic. Now energy is required to break bonds. Bond breaking is endothermic. Endothermic means energy is required. It means delta H is positive. Now, energy is released when the bonds are making. Okay, energy is released when energy is released when bonds form bonds. Whenever there is a bond formation, it means energy is released. It means it is exothermic, which means delta H is negative. So delta H is positive in case of breaking, and delta H is negative in case of formation of a bond. The difference between the energy required for the bond breaking and the energy released by the bond making determines whether an overall reaction is exothermic or endothermic. If bond releasing energy is far more than that of the bond making energy, then the reaction is endothermic. Sorry, reaction is exothermic, that is delta H is negative, otherwise it will be endothermic. Clear? Whosoever is more will be a dominant one. Is that clear, guys? Check. Manya, is that
Yeah.
clear? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now see,
Yeah.
exothermic delta H. Suppose this is the energy of a breaking bond. Okay, and this is the energy making bond. So delta H is negative in this case. In this case, delta H is positive. Why it is negative? Because you see, this is the bond breaking of bond energy. This is bond breaking energy. This one is, and this one is bond making energy. So there's a difference in bond making and bond breaking. So it means delta H is negative. The energy released when a making bond is greater than the F required when the breaking bond. The energy released when making bond is greater than the energy required when breaking bond. The energy will be negative. Delta H is negative. You can clearly see this one. Delta H will be negative when it is exothermic. Exothermic means energy is released when the bond formation is there. Whenever bond formation energy is more, then it will be delta negative. That is, it is exothermic in nature. Clear?
Yeah.
In a similar manner, whenever the bond making energy is more, then it will be positive, means delta H is endothermic. Okay. Now see, calculating enthalpy changes from the average bond enthalpy. The delta H change of reactions delta HR can be found by calculating the bond enthalpies of a bond in the reactant and the product. For a reaction involving the gaseous molecule of a covalent substance, delta HR means delta H reaction is equal to sum of bond enthalpies in the reactant minus sum of bond enthalpies of product. So we have to simply add up each and every enthalpy in the reactant side and subtract it from the product side. And whatever the answer is there will be known as delta H of reaction. Clear? If it is negative, it means it is exothermic in nature. If it is positive, it is endothermic in nature. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now see, C3H8 C3H8 propane. Propane is heated with oxygen, that is O2, and it gives you CO2 and water. Okay. Now in this case, C3H8. C3H8 means CH3, CH2, CH3. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it means 3 bond. This, see this. C3H8 means this figure. Clear? O2 means this. 5O2 means oxygen. O double bond O, O double bond O, O double bond O. Now in this case, what is happening? This CH, all CH bond are breaking. All double bond of oxygen are breaking, and they are forming a bond with carbon and what this OH bond. Clear? So this reactant side, there is a breaking of bond, and on the product side, there is a formation of bond. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the values of each and every bond energy is given. See this. CH is 413 kilojoule per mole. Now, if you see 413 kilojoule per mole, how many the CH bond are breaking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 CH bond are there. So 8 multiply 8 CH bond are there. In this case, O2 oxygen. How many? And 1, 1, 2, 2 carbon-carbon bond are there. In this figure, in this C3H8, there are 8 CH bond and 2 carbon-carbon bond. Carbon-carbon first, carbon-carbon 2. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, now in this case, there are 5 double bond O, double bond O oxygen bond. Fine. Now this is the formation. Carbon 1, 2 In one, you have 2, you have 3. So 3 into 2, 6. There are 6 carbon-oxygen bonds. Clear? And there are 2 OH bonds, and total 8. So it means 8 OH bond. Is that clear? Am I audible?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Got it? Any doubt in this? Is that clear? Manya? Manya, am I audible? Is that clear, Bache? Okay. Now, if you see, Manya, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can.
Okay. So now this bond calculation part is clear.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So if I
now,
have an equation,
uh-huh.
do I have to draw the bonds first?
Yes. You have to draw. Otherwise, you can't find out. Na? That will be difficult to do.
Yeah.
So now rest, you have to put the values of this CH bond and then multiply division there, and you will get your answer.
And then you
Now,
add them.
yes, you have
and you
to
take
add them
away.
and solve them. Fine. Product minus reactant
Yeah.
minus product. It will be
Yeah.
product minus reactant. You can clearly see bond enthalpies in reactant minus bond enthalpies in product. So reactant minus product.
So if it's negative, it's
Yes.
exothermic because
Yeah, if it
energy
is
is
negative,
released.
it means it is exothermic. It means energy is released. Now limitation. As you are using average bond enthalpy, the actual energy involved in the breaking and the making of the individual bonds would be slightly different. There may be a slight difference in the making and the breaking bond. There's slight difference in the energy. The bond may be in different environment. There may be a chance that it will have a slight difference. Despite this limitation, calculated enthalpy reaction change of a reaction should be general agreement. Yes, no need to do all these things. Sure. Okay, is that clear? Any doubt? Okay. Now this is what bond breaking and then bond formation. The same thing can happen while in the case of combustion. Now, the value of enthalpy changes of a combustion of alcohol can be calculated by the bond enthalpies delta HC. It means combustion values for the 3 alcohol are given below. CH3OH plus 1.5O2 gives you CO2 plus H2O plus TiO2 plus 4.5. The different energies are given. Now what they want, the enthalpy change. The enthalpy changes increases by the constant quantifying of each increase in the carbon chain. Now, as the carbon chain is increasing, you can clearly see this is C3HOH, this is C2H5OH, this is C3H7OH. Now, as the carbon chain is constantly increasing, the delta H combustion is also increasing. Fine. So enthalpy change, the more amount of energy is released, because all are negative, the more amount of negative is there, it means all are going to be more and more exothermic in nature. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Fine. Any doubt?
Yeah. No.
Okay, ji. So now quickly do these questions 1, 2, and 3. Quickly do this. जल्दी से एक बार 1, 2 and 3 कर दो फटाफट. ठीक है?
Yeah.
Then we will do this Hess law. फिर हम लोग Hess law करते हैं. ये पहले Hess law करना है फिर 1, 2, 3 करोगे. पहले Hess law कर लेते हैं चलो.
Yeah.
ठीक है ये
Because I
फिनिश कर
have
ले.
time to do them
हाँ.
after as well.
फिर फिनिश करते हैं चलो. नेक्स्ट हम पढ़ते हैं Hess law and the enthalpic cycles. Now Hess's law क्या कहता है? Simply it states that suppose there is a change in a chemical reaction from A to B. A to B, there is a chemical reaction going on in which there is substance A which is forming B. Fine. Now, whenever A to B something is going on, it means there is a change in enthalpy. Definitely.
Yeah.
Fine. Now, suppose from A to B, the thing is not converting to A to B directly. First of all, A is converted to C, and then C is converted to B. It means this is a two-step reaction.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in this case, from A to C, there is a delta H change. And from this also, there is a delta H change. Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, it states that whatever the delta H is changing from A to B directly, that is total delta H if I say B. if I say this is delta H1, okay, and if I say that this is delta H2, or if I say this is delta H3, delta H3, so it means delta H1 is equal to delta H2 plus delta H3. Is that point clear?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it states that if a chemical reaction is occurring in more than 2 steps, then the sum of the enthalpy changes is equal to the small enthalpy changes during each step. Clear? This is known as Hess law. Am I clear? Yes or no?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, Hess law states that in a reaction, if a reaction can takes place by two routes, that is the starting and the finishing condition are same, the total enthalpy change is the same for each route. Okay. Each route means the same thing. You can convert A to B directly, or you can first convert A into C, A to C, and then C convert C into B. Got it? So Hess law comes from the
Yeah.
idea of the conservation of energy, and it is easy to visualize with a diagram. Figure 1 shows the enthalpy cycle of the two routes of converting the reactant into product. Now, if you see reactant and this is product, it can be A and then B, or it can be C and then B, like this. For an example, route 1, A plus B, or route 2 is simply directly
Or
C.
just see.
You
Yeah.
can go like this, or you can simply down this. Fine, there are two
Yeah.
routes, but in both the cases, delta H
Yeah.
remains same. So by the Hess's law, the enthalpy change is same for each route, that is A plus B is equal to C. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now see this example. For example, enthalpy cycle A is 110. This is 110 kilojoule per mole. B is minus 150 kilojoule per mole. Find out C. Now A
So
plus
it's
B.
110
Yeah, A plus B is equal to
plus.
C.
Yeah.
A is given, B is given. So plus 110 minus 150. Cut it will get minus 40
Yeah.
kilojoule per mole. So C will be minus 40 kilojoule per mole. Got it clear?
Yeah.
So this principle can be extended for any number of enthalpy changes, provided that the enthalpy change are known except for one. Are known. Enthalpy changes are known except for one. The unknown enthalpy changes can always be determined. So there, whenever there is enthalpy change, then only whatever the number of cases are there, it will be the same. The total will remain same. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, indirect determination of enthalpy change. Now, in previous topic, we have learned that the several standard enthalpy changes, the chemists have determined the values of many of these enthalpy changes and have listed in a data book. Now, the most useful values for the standard enthalpy change for the formation, that is delta HF, and combustion, delta HC. So we have a book in which each and every bond energy is specified. So whenever we have to work out, for the calculation of energy part, we took that book and write down the chemical reactions and then find out the energy of each and every bond. Clear?
Yeah.
The worked example will show how the enthalpy changes is be used in the Hess law to determine the enthalpy change indirectly. Now see, enthalpy changes from delta HF. Delta HF means formation reaction. Now there is a chemical reaction, Fe2O3 plus 3 calcium gives you Fe plus CaO. Fine. That is Fe2O3 is there. It reacts with calcium and form a single displacement reaction is going on. You can clearly see. Now standard enthalpy of Fe2O3 is minus 284. Calcium is 0 because it is an elementary state. Iron is also in elementary state, so it will be 0. And calcium oxide is minus 635. Clear? Okay. Now you can see this reaction is already balanced. Fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now we have to calculate standard enthalpy changes of formation of the reactant. Standard enthalpy changes of formation. Now, how this standard enthalpy of changes of formation takes place. Now construct a enthalpy cycle between the reactant and the product and their element. In the enthalpy cycle, the arrangement Fe, calcium, and O2. form a common link between the reactant and the product. Now this is the reactant, Fe2O3 plus calcium. Got it? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Now after A, it will give you Fe plus CaO. Fine.
Yeah.
Previously, okay, if you see, first of all, we have iron, calcium, and oxygen. There are 3 elements. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Now in these elements, iron is making a bond with oxygen. Iron is making a bond with oxygen. Yes or no? And it will form Fe2O3 plus calcium oxide. So there may be some reactant are formed. So delta
Yeah.
HFR is there.
So
That
at
is,
the bottom, do we have to write down the elements?
wait. First of all, this is a chemical reaction given. Fe2O3 plus calcium gives you Fe plus CaO. Okay, clear?
Yeah, I get the top bit,
Okay, now see.
but the bottom.
Bottom, it means what they are doing. This Fe2O3 and Ca, calcium, how they are formed? They are formed only with the reaction of Fe and O2, na? Then only you will get this Fe2O3. So they are predicting how we get this Fe2O3. So Fe2O3 is formed with the help of iron and oxygen.
Yeah.
Am I audible? Am I clear now?
Yeah.
So they, first of all, they want to calculate how this Fe2O3 is formed, that is formation of Fe2O3. And calcium is 0 because it is an element. So from element to this reactant, there must be a change in delta H. This is known as delta HR, delta H reactant. Clear? Now,
Yeah.
this Fe2O3 plus calcium, A, is changing into 2 Fe plus thrice calcium oxide. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, from element, you can also get this also, no? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Fine. So root, A root, what one root is B plus A. To get this product, this is your product. We have 2 roots. First root is B plus A, this one, and the other root is directly this one. Is that clear? Yes or
Okay.
no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh? Clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, as per the Hess law, B plus A is equal to C. Fine.
Yeah.
B plus A, as per the Hess law, B plus A, whenever there is a change from this to this, change is this. This change we have taken that long path, then it is a shortcut. So it states that whatever the things are done, this thing will remain same. Clear? Energy will remain same.
Yeah.
Is that clear? Am I
Yeah.
clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, ji. Now, what they want in question? Can you tell me what was the question? What they want?
To
Standard
find out
enthalpy change.
the
Standard enthalpy change means reactant and product change. This is reactant, this is product. You have to find out A. So A will be equal to C minus B. Is that clear?
yeah.
Okay. So A will be equal to C minus B. Now do each and every calculation part and then you will get your answer. Okay. So calculation part,
Okay.
you have to take care of this. ये कहाँ गया? This previous year वाला, this sheet.
So do we have to learn all these bonds?
Not learned, it will be provided in your exam. No need to learn this by heart. It will be, all will be provided in your exam. Don't worry. If they are not providing, CBSE will provide. Got it clear? Any doubt in this?
Can you go up to the calculation bit?
बता क्या calculation में क्या करवाना है बताओ. Tell me what you want.
So
Okay.
it's
No, it's been given there. In this is the given. Fe2O3 is minus 284, calcium 0, iron 0, and CaO is minus 635. Okay.
yeah.
Now directly to A. Sorry, B to C, then A. B to A is equal to C. Now B to A, there is a change in iron to Fe2O3. It is product minus reactant.
Yeah.
Product minus 810, Fe2O3. Fe2O3 you will
So
see, yes, energy is 280 minus 824. Yes or no?
yeah.
So put minus
So
284.
there's no change.
Calcium is 0. So it will remain minus 284 kilojoule. Energy is remaining same.
Fe.
Is that clear? Yes or no? From
Wait.
element to Fe2O3, Fe2O3 and formation. Enthalpy
Yeah.
of formation is for Fe2O3 is minus 824.
So what about the calcium?
Calcium is 0 because it is in elementary state. Whenever anything
Okay.
is in elementary state, it means their enthalpy is 0. Clear?
Oh yeah. And then C
Same with
is
iron. Iron is also element.
0
It is 0.
because Fe.
Now calcium
And
oxide is minus 635. Now if you're going from A
and
to B
there's
and B to A,
3.
so
So
A
you
to
have to
B to A,
times it
so 0
by
plus 3
3.
into calcium oxide. So you will get some value. So multiply this and solve them, equate them, you will get your answer. So B plus A is equal to
And then I add A, which
A.
is
You need to
C
find out A.
minus
A will be equal to C minus B.
B.
Okay,
So
clear?
it's that. Yeah.
Okay, then try to do this numerical. It's also same. Similar pattern is there. In this case, enthalpy change delta H C combustion. So do this numerical also. So in this way we have done our exotherm.
So what's the second example?
Second example is similar kind of example. Just go through it, you will get. Only the changes there. It is of combustion, earlier it is of not combustion. It was tourism.
So the arrows go in different ways.
No, nothing will go different ways. It's the same thing. At typical same. Nothing, no change. In the case of enthalpy change in this one and this one. You are given, you need to use this table for that particular question. Correct?
Yeah, but in step 1,
Uh,
A is going from the product to reactants.
Better this is
But
your
then when
this is your reactant, na? This is your product.
no, the reactants to product.
How?
But then the
See, na,
bottom bit,
the
why
the
is
equation
it
of
going
formation of
C?
butane. Formation of butane, bache. So butane is C4H10. It is formed by carbon and hydrogen only. Fine.
Yeah.
So you can clearly see these are the products, carbon and hydrogen.
Yeah.
Okay. Carbon and hydrogen are forming C4H10. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Now combustion product is CO2 and H2O. In both the cases, combustion product is CO2 and H2O. Clear?
Oh, so
It's a different thing. Earlier it was this C2H thing is there, but in this case we are writing combustion product. The product what we are
so the
going to get.
bottom ones are products.
Yeah, bottom ones are product.
So what is
No?
C4H10?
This C4H10 is the main product. These are the additional one.
Okay.
Okay. Now
So the
what we need.
products, so the reactants make combustion products and the main product.
Yes. Now what we need to find out. However, enthalpy change combustion product. The enthalpy change of the reactant can be found indirectly using the.
This is just for combustion.
Yes, this is just for combustion. Now see, root 1, A plus C. You can get product like this also. Simply like this also. A to B or A plus C. Both are can be followed.
Yeah.
So
So
Hess law will be equal to A plus C is equal to B.
so B.
Or you need to
So
find out
oh, so
A is equal to
is
B
B
minus
minus
C.
C.
Then calculate each and everything is given in the question. So calculate and then
So B is 4 times
yes.
minus 3.
So I hope you can calculate now.
Okay.
Clear?
And 5 times that.
Yes. So there
And
are two rules
this
that you can help you with
B
your calculation. using enthalpy changes
What's
for the
that?
formation of combustion. Yes, correct.
Mm.
So delta
Okay.
HR is equal to product minus reactant.
So for
Delta H-
formation, you do product minus reactants,
Yes,
and combustion it's the other way around.
yes.
So the first example was formation,
First example was formation.
which was the product minus reactants, which was
Product minus reactant is always there, beta. Product minus reactant is always there.
no, but then it was C minus B.
B minus C, C minus B, B minus C, beta.
No, for the first example, because
Oh.
that was a formation one, and it says product minus reactants.
Which one?
Example one,
Page number, beta.
139. The one before 139.
क्या हुआ इसमें बताओ, what happened?
So this is formation. So you have to do products minus reactants. So it says, so by Hess's law, it's A equals C minus B. So C is the product
Yes.
minus reactant, which is B.
A is C minus C, beta, not B minus C. C means energy of the reactant. B is the C is the particles energy, and B is the energy from the other thing, other pathway. Is that clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So now quickly do these questions. Somebody is there. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, just one. And so many questions on this page. Do one thing. You first of all open the previous chapter.
The bond enthalpy is on.
Pardon what? Wait, just wait.